Yo, 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 this is Mr. O. Yo, 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 this is Mr. O. And today we're going to learn how to write linear equation, mainly to use the form of Poinslow form. Okay. So Poinslow form is a good key in writing an equation, whether we're given a slope and a point, or we're given 2 points, or even in real life application when we're given a two situation, we can write the equation using Poinslow form. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead now. So here's a formula for Poinslow form. It's y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times the quantity x minus x sub 1, wherein x1 and y1 are the coordinates of that point, which is x1, y1. Take note, on this x here, the red x here, and this y here, they don't change. You don't have to replace any value for that one. Leave it as x and y. But the x1 and y1 are the point or the coordinate of your point, while the m there is your slope. There are times that I will give you two, there will be only 2 points and there will be no slope. That means you have to find for the slope first using those 2 points. And if we remember, the formula for slope is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay? So you have to, you can find for the slope with the two given points. Okay? So we're going to apply this one in writing a linear equation in slope and intercept form. Okay? So again, slope is given to be -5, that a point through -3, 2. So m here is equal to -5. The point is -3, 2. So this is my x sub 1 and this is my y sub 1. I will inject them all in our formula of Poinslow form. So it will be now y minus y sub 1 there is 2 is equal to -5, which is my slope, parenthesis, x minus what's x sub 1? X sub 1 is -3. Negative times negative will be positive. Okay, so now you will distribute the -5 because you're going to write the equation in a slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So it will be now y minus 2 is equal to -5x minus 15. Combine the like terms, add 2, this will cross out, y is equal to -5x minus 13. And that's the equation of slope intercept form. You're given a slope and a point using the point slope form formula. Okay, let's go ahead another example here. This time we have a slope which is -3/2 and a point 46. This will still be our m. This is our x sub 1. This is our y sub 1. We're going to use point slope form. Y minus the y1 there is -6, so I'm gonna put -6. If you notice, the minus here is part of the formula, but the y sub 1 is negative, so y minus negative is equal to -3/2 x minus was 4. Boom. Okay. Now, there are two things that I need to tell you on this work. Negative times negative will be positive, so this will be plus. Now you have an option. You can distribute the -3/2 to the x and -4, or you can multiply only -3 to the x and 4, but you can multiply the 2 to the left side. Why am I doing this one here? Because this is a good way to avoid fraction. And I know some of us are trying to, get, not really completely get rid of it, but to avoid it as much as we can. So again, I'm multiplying the numerator to the top right, and I'm multiplying the denominator to the left. By the way, if I decided not to do it this way, you would still get the same answer, but you might encounter some fraction along your work. So this is a good way to help you guys to avoid that. Okay. So I'm going to multiply the bottom one, the 2 to the left, which is 2 times y is 2y. 2 times 6 is 12. And I'm going to multiply just the negative 3 to the top, to the right side. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x. And negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Now I just have to solve for the y here by moving the 12, minus 12 on both sides, minus 12. This will be 0. This will be canceled. 2y is equal to negative 3x. And then what do you do next? It's not 0. You will just divide this by 2, divide this by 2, cross it out. So therefore, y is equal to negative 3 halves x only. And that's your equation. Okay. Passes through negative 3, negative 5, and negative 4, negative 3. If you notice, this item has only 2 points. There's no slope given. So in comparison to number 1 and 2, the slope were given here. So what we need to do here is, let's identify first what's x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. You can swap them around, meaning say this could be the x sub 2, this could be the y sub 1, the x sub 2, and this could be the x sub 1, y sub 1. It doesn't matter, okay? On this case, you can assign whatever you want as long as you put it on the right x and y coordinate respectively. So here, the reason why we label them the x1, y1, x2, y2, because the first thing you need to do here is to find the slope using its formula. The formula for slope is y sub 2 minus y sub 1, x sub 2 minus x sub 1. As you plug in the values here, this will give you y sub 2 is negative 3 minus y sub 1 it's negative 5 over x sub 2 is negative 4 minus x sub 1 is negative 3. And negative times negative will be positive, so this will be plus sign, and this will also be plus sign. That means we're going to have now negative 3 plus 5 is 2, negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1, so therefore my slope here is negative 2. That's my m now. And going back to point slope form, y minus y sub 1 equals m x minus x sub 1. My m here is negative 2, which will go here. Now, x sub 1 and y sub 1 is right here. In case you pick this as your x sub 1, y sub 1, you should still get the same answer. So y minus y sub 1, it's negative 5, is equal to m. M here, it's negative 2. X minus x sub 1 is negative 3. Again, negative times negative will be positive, so this will be plus sign. This will be a plus sign here. I will just distribute the negative 2 here. Negative 2x minus 6. If I may allow to continue here, I'm going to subtract 5 here, subtract 5 there. So therefore, I have y, this cancel out, is equal to negative 2x minus 11. And that's my slope intercept form out of those 2 points given that pass through our line. Okay. All right. Let's do one more. Okay. So what if we're given the intercepts? We're given an x-intercept which is 4, 0, and a y-intercept of 0, negative 2. So basically, if you have a graph, this is your 4, 0, let's say. 0, negative 2 is right here. If we draw that line, what is the name of that equation? What is that? What is the name of that line? So again, basically, we're given here 2 points. Okay, there are several ways to get the slope here, and what we have done a while ago was using the slope formula, which we will use it again: x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. So this will be now y sub 2 minus y sub 1, x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So therefore, this will be now y sub 2 is negative 2 minus 0 over x sub 2 is 0 minus 4, which will be negative 2 over negative 4, or just 1 half, right? Remember, guys, that we do rise overrun also. Rise overrun. Rise overrun is slope. So if you look at the graph here, from here to there, you go up by how many? 1, 2, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why it's 2 over 4, or 2 over 4, it's going to be 1 half. And that's our slope there. If we remember the equation of the slope intercept form is in the form y equals mx plus b, so we know now that our m is the slope here. Let's review. If m is a slope and y is by itself here, what is b? If you remember, b is the y-intercept. Isn't the y-intercept is already given for us, which is negative 2? So therefore, the equation here is y is equal to 1 half x minus 2. And that's the answer. If you don't believe me in that one, we can use the points of form. Y minus y sub 1 equals mx minus x sub 1. We use y1 to be 0 and x1 to be 4. So y minus 0 is equal to m. M is 1 half x minus 4. Okay. Again, we can multiply the 1 to the right, we can multiply the 2 to the left, or we can just directly multiply 1 half to the quantity here, which that's what we're going to do right now. But first, what's y minus 0? Y minus 0 is just y. What's 1 half times x? 1 half times x is just 1 half x. 1 half times negative 4. What's half of negative 4? It's negative 2. And that is our answer. Okay. All right, there you go. I hope you learned how to use Poinsot form and to write a linear equation in slope-intercept form given a slope and a point and 2 points here. All right, as always, kaboom.